Replacing number 12, Harvey Solly, and number 17, Arnaldo Krasnicki.
That's working. Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to second half coverage of here at the AEI Stadium. It's Gosport hosting this one's and what is labelled to be the Southern Premier League South match of the day. Well, Walton, they did their part of entertaining the crowd. 2 goals from Rogalski, giving them the lead. As for Gosport, just haven't been on it today. But there has been some changes, Jeremy, at the break. Just talk us through them.
Yeah, they put on Charlie Gunson and Benny Reid, both have experienced figures. Now, I'm just trying to see tactically how that plays out, if I'm honest, James, because I can see you're tweeting.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to try and talk and figure it out for Gosport. But clearly they had to do something. It wasn't going at all their way. Walton have been dominating this game of football. So they had to do something, and at least they've been bold enough to do it, and they've got a whole 45 minutes to try and turn this thing around. It's an uphill struggle. I'm not going to lie. 2-0 to Walton, and they've deserved every inch of that 2-0 lead. But Gosport have got time. If they can come out of the trap storming, then who knows?
Exactly, and that's what Gosport will be hoping for. I've just noticed the Walton keeper got a hat on. It's going to be a challenge, but the sun definitely coming down.
Yeah, the sun's sort of just off to a 45-degree angle over our right shoulder as we look at it, James, and that will be an issue for Walton defending in this half.
Going through the substitutions again, Jeremy, are you surprised to see Solly and the other one leave the field?
Yes and no. I don't think Krasnicki's had a bad game, but nor have I think he's had a great game. So, but Gunson, with his experience, is a key player for Gosport in this next 45 minutes. They're going to be looking to him to anchor the midfield and just try and hold possession long enough so they can start building opportunities to try and get the goals back that they need. As for Reid, I think you're looking at they're going to be looking to his pace, James. I think they're going to be looking to his pace and see how it goes from here. Now, Gosport are in possession at the moment. Here's Greenwood down the left-hand side, and James just still posting. Throw for Gosport over the top towards Ethan Taylor, who just tries to get in behind Owen Bolger there, but doesn't quite manage it. The ball's spending a lot of time in the air. Now, Walton do come away with it, but it comes off for a throw to the visitors down this near side just to the left of the dugout. So we've played just about 90 seconds of this second half. The score remains Gosport 0, Walton and Hersham 2, James.
During half-time, what do you think Glenn and Dutchie said to the players?
Hopefully they've laid the law down. Hopefully. Because it's a little bit of a rerun of Saturday at Uxbridge, isn't it, where Gosport had a poor first half. They rallied second half, but the damage had already been done. And they nearly equalised, had a goal ruled out and hit the bar twice in the closing stages, but they'd left themselves too much to do. And that was a theme at Gloucester, it was a theme on Saturday, and it's also a theme right now. But let's hope they can prove me wrong on that last one.
Williams with the set-piece delivery finds the head of Dan Woodin, who nods it down. It's going to fall to Greenwood. Greenwood looking to go for that pass there. Hit the deflection of Wood as it has gone out for Gosport corner, I want to say. So, Gosport corner, which Benny Reid will be taken.
The Gosport fans have gone up behind that goal. And
he goes short into Fox, left of the penalty box. Drills in across. Can't find the head of Joe Morrison as it's cleared away. Now a bang with the ball as he lays a good through ball into Powell. Powell striding forward. Purple bodies moving into this Gosport half. Powell still holding up the possession. Plays the pass into Beng. Beng releasing it into Wood. Wood goes for a shot. The deflection falls to Rogalski. And Rogalski, really poor shot there. Just sort of fell behind it there. Just a little bit too far in front of him, I think.
He kind of snatched at that, didn't he? He had more. I think he didn't realise he had as much time as he did. But the ball broke to about the worst player on the pitch from Gosport's perspective that it could have done. But they've got away with that. And it hit the bus. But anyway, they need to drag that bus out from behind the goal and park it in front of it, I think. But anyway, it's Gosport have tried to start with a positive vibe. But that was possibly, moving on.
Phasma scooping a ball over the Swans defence, being chased down by Ethan Taylor, but well dealt with by the Walton defender. This ball has rolled out of play for a Gosport throw-in. It's going to be Greenwood taking this throw-in, just on the near side. the Farnborough senior man, back into Williams on the halfway line. The Gosport skipper chipping a ball. Can it find Dan Wooden? It evades ahead of him, and it's going to fall all the way back into goalkeeper Barker. But this is already a lot more promising than what we saw in the entirety of the whole of the first half.
Yeah, Gosport have upped their game, haven't they? And they've had to. They've had no choice. There's a Walton player down. Fell heavily and awkwardly, I might add, but he seems to be okay. The physio's out there just sort of having a look, but
I think
it's
that
nice to
is
see him back.
Jones as well. Yeah, Joey Jones, the skipper.
Joey Jones, yeah. But, yeah, it's good to see that Gosport will come out with a positive frame of mind for the second half. They can't do much else. And the breaking play just again gives Glenn Hauser a few precious seconds to get messages out to the players on the pitch, to Gunson in particular, who's come across to the home dugout.
Well, it's interesting to see every time the game pauses, the players immediately going over to the dugout, whereas with the Walton boss, not really saying anything to his players.
Don't need to, do they? No, I imagine Mr. Rowley will be quite happy with the way his afternoon's panning out. But yeah, Gosport need to keep the lines of communication open, James.
A ball chipped forward. It looks like Rogowski was chasing it down on the far side. Inside Gosport's half, Charlie Fasmer ushering it out for a throw-in which he will take, passing it back into Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall lifts a deep ball. It's going to be chased down by Dan Wooden. Dan Wooden pulled to the floor there. The referee doesn't give anything for that, which is a little bit of a shock.
Yeah, a little bit surprised there, but Gosport have moved on already. That's a lovely ball in.
Just evading the head of Taylor, though. It's going to go back into Barker. And once again, this tempo has definitely been upped. And it would be nice if Gosport could immediately try and get a goal to start this second half.
They've got no choice but to try and get a foothold in this game, haven't they? That's what they've got to do. And the sooner they do it, the more chance they have. But at the same time, don't do that.
Wood with a through ball into Powell. Powell, right of the 18-yard box, drills in a ball. It's a looping cross. Well headed away there by Joe Morrison. Otherwise, it looked like it was going to fall to a bang at the back stick. So needed to do his work there, Joe.
As I said, don't do that, which is to give a key player much too much space and time to create havoc. They've got to stop doing that. But the positivity from Borough is good to see.
A throw-in for Walton on the far side. And it has been taken into a bang.
Connor.
Benny Reid taking down the Walton forward there. As the referee has pulled for a free kick.
Ask Craig what the gate is.
Gives me time to run you through some of the scores in the Southern League. Bracknell leading by 2-1 against Basingstoke. And in the Chertsey versus Uxbridge game, there's been 4 goals and a sending off for Uxbridge. So they're going to have to play their game with 10 men for the rest of it. Dorchester, they're currently losing 2-1 to Farnham. As Farnham, they're back on their attack. It's Wood, right at the penalty box. Oh, yeah, Walton.
You had Farnham on the brain.
Trying to multitask, yeah. And then I think Gosport giving a free kick there. Gives me time to run you through the rest of the scores.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't like the moving ball.
Wimborne, their goal is to Weymouth. Taunton, they're leading Tiverton by a goal to 0. And Sholing, they've pulled it back to 2-2 against Hampton Waterlooville.
Yes, that's
what a season the boatmen are having.
Quite the comeback. And they've had a really strong start, Sholing, because they, like Gosport, have had a new 4G installed just up the road from us. And visiting teams have found it very, very hard to go there and play, not least Paul Town, who were on the wrong end of a 4-1 defeat a couple of weeks ago.
Just reading some of the comments, and a lot of the Walton fans listening are claiming that Rogowski is going to get his hat-trick today.
Well, there's a good chance. There's always a chance because he's a dangerous player and a quality player. Yeah, there's always a chance of it.
Well, for any of the Gosport fans listening, hopefully we can get our first of the game as Ethan Taylor pushed off the ball right of the 18-yard box, and the referee has given it against Ethan Taylor.
There's a little bit of grappling going on between the two players there, but yeah, I think of any of the Walton players you'd fancy to go and get another one, it would be Rogowski, to be honest. He's looked very, very, very effective today.
Well, even looking at Gosport off the ball, it looks so much more structured compared to that first half where we're actually marking those dangerous players like a bang, like staying quite tight to them.
James, it's a case they've had to do it unless they want to go and lose this game by 4 or 5. They've had to start doing that.
Well, even looking at us now, we're actually pressing the players. Barker there having to play it across his goal line. It's gone back into Walton there in the right-hand section as he lays a pass into Powell. Powell on the halfway line, driving forward for the visitors. Lays the left-footed pass there into Noor on the far side, up against substitute Benny Reid. Benny Reid needing to hold his man, but the Walton man passing it into Powell before eventually Tommaso wins it back for Gosport. Goes long with the ball. Once again, the lob ball, but this time it's brought down well by Ethan Taylor, who's going to switch it to Dan Wooden. Just a little fraction too far in front of the number 9. Barker doing well to come off his line there.
That's one of Gosport's best moves of the game for me. That was just slightly overhit, but the idea was there and it was almost very effective.
I've seen that link up there between Dan Wooden and Ethan Taylor. Yet to really see it come into fruition this season, but a little taste of what might be to come this season.
Yeah, I mean, obviously relationships on the pitch are still being built. Don't forget, it's a heavily rebuilt Gosport Borough squad for this season, James.
Throw and taken, and it's gone to Ethan Taylor. He passes it into Gunson. Gunson back into Taylor in this left-hand section. Now Benny Greenwood there.
1-0.
But Greenwood just losing possession there. Benny Reid trying to win it back for Gosport. And Gunson also coming to help the two substitutes. Piling up well there. And Gosport looking to win back possession in the middle of the park. Now Joe Morrison on the ball.
Yeah, 10-15.
Looks like Walton might be preparing a substitution.
1,015, just to let you know.
And as you heard there from Jeremy, 1,015 here at the AEI Stadium, so another good attendance.
Yeah, we were sort of pondering on that earlier, weren't we? Whether we'd break the 1,000 barrier, and we have, only just, but I don't care. It's nice to see it. It's another fantastic turnout from both sets of fans. Because don't forget, Walton have brought a fair few with them today. It's only an hour and a bit down the A3, so it's lovely to see the away support as well.
Barker with the ball inside his own box. He passes right into Haran. Gosport really applying heavy pressure high up the field, which does eventually capitalise off of. Rory getting hold of the ball. Now Tommaso inside the centre circle, inside the Farnham half. Morrison, right of that. Morrison back into Vasma. Now Williams. Flipped back by Taylor. It's going to find down Wooden. Wooden switches it left into Greenwood. Greenwood cuts inside. Doing good footwork there. But in the end, just drills it out. It's going to go out for a goal kick.
Right, okay, we've got a change coming for Walton. 21. Tio Kataran.
14 off.
14 off. And it's nil.
14 to 21.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Walton making a change, coming on number 21, Tio Kataran, replacing number 14, Anis Noor. I just had to check the number because I had the pillar right in my line of sight there.
But he's been good today, Noor.
Yes, he's always been wherever he's been, whichever club he's played at, he's been highly effective, and it's good to see him carrying that on with Walton. So yeah, Walton making a change. And on we go. So Walton's still leading by those 2-0, James.
Yeah, both coming from Rogalski as well.
Yeah, and the hour mark just coming up. Just a minute or so short of the hour.
Well, still plenty of time for Gosport to get the 2 goals.
Yeah, they've improved certainly this second half, but it's a case that they've had to. They really had to. So it'd be nice to see them continue that. And even if they don't turn this game around, I think they need to try and progress now and start working on cutting out these core issues that just keep repeating themselves again and again.
Williams with the throw-in on the near side, launches one forward, goes over the head of Gunson, back into Walton possession. Bolton on the ball, lays it back into Kurtaran, the substitute, now left into Obeng. Up against Benny Reid. He passes back into Kuaho.
Again, too much
he
room,
passes
though, guys.
It into Powell.
Far too much space.
Gosport really needing to try and close it down. And it looks like Greenwood will do that. Heads it forward to Ethan Taylor. And now he's got Greenwood on the overlap. Just not able to complete that pass there.
Yeah, so good work there from players on both sides there. Just sort of taking the ball down out of the air and bringing possession back into their own. And Walton still comfortable with their 2-0, but Gosport have produced a marked improvement in the first quarter of an hour or so of this second half.
But only if we could have played like this at the start of the game. Sometimes I think it's just a little too late at the moment.
Yeah, that's the recurring issue, isn't it? At the start of the season, the damage has been done in the first half an hour. Like at Gloucester, they went 3-0 down. They came back to lose 4-2, and they were in a whisker of making it 3-3. Damage already done. And on Saturday, damage already done. And here, so far, damage already done. So that's the sort of thing they've got to stop. It's frustrating, isn't it? But then at the same time, the counter argument is it is a new side coming together and gelling together. It will take a few games. Just got to allow for it.
2 players warming up in front of us, Shaka and Ramos. Could they come on and make the difference today?
Shaka's quite a player I like. He's unpredictable.
Oh, a teasing ball there for a bang. Whipped in. Ryan Hall had to come out and to collect it just on the edge of his box.
If he were to come on, James, and give Walton something to think about, then I think Gosport would have a pathway back into the game.
Well, Rafa is one of those players where he can just create chances out of nothing, really.
Ramos is very much a physical presence up front, isn't he? He's one of those. He's a battering ram. He's unpredictable. He's unpredictable to the opposition because he's unpredictable to himself because he doesn't know what he's going to do next. But that is such a key weapon for Gosport to utilise. But he hasn't had too many opportunities at the start of this season. So it would be interesting to see if he did come on.
Haran for the visitors. Goes long. Finds the header for Rory Williams. Now Gunson nods it back into Ethan Taylor. Ethan Taylor flicks it on to Greenwood on the touchline. Coolly takes the pass, a sliding wood there. Now Williams on the halfway line. Taking his time, looking for a good pass.
Yeah, slows the game right down, doesn't he? But Walton are in no rush to close him down. They just sat off and let him play.
Well, Vasmer with a high ball finds the head of Dan Wooden. Ethan Taylor brings it down. The former AFC Tottenham lays it off into Greenwood. Greenwood on the edge of the box, goes inside, delivers a cross, just narrowly missing out on Dan Wooden and instead finding Barker, who grabs the ball.
I think
goes down.
The keeper felt that. Yeah, Wooden and the keeper sort of came together, and the keeper's
brave keeping.
Yeah, brave goalkeeping. But that again is what Dan Wooden does. He is a physical presence in that 6-yard area. So the game at a standstill. I think it's a good time to tell the crowd how many of them there are out there, James.
I think it is a good time, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official attendance at the AEI Stadium this afternoon is another fantastic turnout. 1,015. 1015. Thank you very, very much.
I think you've got a bit of a deadline.
I think that's the episode of the chairman all day.
I think it is.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. But once again, it is another testament to how good the support's been this season for Gosport.
Absolutely.
Home and away.
There's a core of maybe 70 fans that go to every away game as well. And the home attendances have been slightly going up and up and up over the last 4 to 5 years. Because about 3 years ago, it was about 500 every week. A couple of seasons ago, we broke the 1,000 barrier once or twice, maybe 3 times. This is the second time in 4 home games we've done it. 3 home games.
Exactly, at the start of the season. That's very impressive.
And the last home game against Buckhampstead was only just shy.
Yeah.
So it's a fantastic turnout. And again, I reiterate, there's a lot of support for the visitors this afternoon, which is also great to see.
Well, last season, we were ranked 4th on the table for the best home support in the league.
I think we'll be higher up.
Yeah, I think we could be pushing top 2 at least.
Yeah.
Gloucester obviously still in the league. Going back to this game, Powell on the ball. Roy Williams excellently times the challenge, but Walton still have the ball. Rogalski already on 2 goals. He has it outside of the box. Now substitute Kurtaran. Back to Powell. Wood, right of the 18-yard box. Greenwood looking to close him down, but he passes back into Bolton. Bolton into Kurtaran in this right midfield position. Wood. Bolton trying to lay a pass through to the substitute. Bolton's going to go alone for a shot. Takes a good deflection for Gosport. Back into the hands of Ryan Hall.
Charlie felt, was that Rory or Charlie?
Rory, yeah.
Yeah, he felt that with brave defending and also smart defending from him if you rewind a couple of minutes. So that was smart football there from Walton, quick, incisive passing. But Rory reacted really well and then did the threat before it became too much of one. So Gosport, yes, they have improved and they need to try and move that on to the next step.
Well, Williams is the last man defending for Gosport. Wood sliding in a good through ball into Powell. Powell goes across the face of goal with a short come pass. It's going to fall to a bang on the opposite flank. He has to pass back into Kuaho.
You can't. Again, that was a really
switch off.
nice little incisive pass to Joel Powell there, and he's one of two players on this pitch. You do not want to be on the end of one of those. But Gosport survived it.
Powell on the ball again, passes into Rogowski. Now Wood, outside of the D. The referee blows up for a Walton free kick.
Yes, he does. And Charlie
Just outside the 18-yard box as well.
Yeah,
so great
dangerous
position.
territory. Charlie was just starting to make his feelings clear, but come on, learn the lesson, walk away. Right then, so we'll see what.
Well,
what
I think Gosport will be making a substitution very soon after that. I've just seen Rafa Ramos get ready for his kit, and I've just seen the board.
Well spotted, James. Yeah, I'd seen a lot of activity down below, but they have to survive this first.
It's going to be, by the looks of it, Wood taking his free kick.
Yeah,
had a great game.
Really dangerous position just outside of the D, just to the right of it, a fraction. I'd say maybe 24, 25 yards out.
Wood steps up. He goes into the wall. The wall doing their job, but on the follow-up, he strikes the half volley quite easily wide. Not the best execution of a free kick we've seen here.
It's difficult though. Actually, the straighter ones are harder because you've got to get
sub change for them.
Okay, here we go then.
Well, there's going to be a double change for both the teams.
Oh, this is going to keep me
Nope,
busy.
there's going to
isn't
be
it?
3 changes for Gosport.
Right.
We will run you through all these substitutions in a minute.
Right, so we've got for us 4 to 7, 11 and 14.
11 and 14.
14, 11, 24. Right, 23, 14.
And what's the other Gosport one?
Hold on,
That's
deciding it.
first
3, 11,
Hang on, I'm
3, 12 for
3,
them.
12 for them.
right.
7, 17 for them.
17. No,
So-
7.
7, 17 for them and 9, 24 for us.
Wooden comes
So
off.
23 and 9. Right, I think I've got that.
Well, Jeremy will just speak you through the substitutions now.
Here we go. Keeping me very busy. So just double checking then for Gosport, 11 and 14 on, 23 and 9 off. Yeah.
24 on
Yep.
as well.
What?
Yeah, K-Born's come on as well.
So we've got 3. So who's the third one?
24 was on.
Well, Dan Wooden came off.
Oh, God, I'm really confused.
Cable went on.
24's gone on as well. So,
Cable was on.
fucking hell, I'm lost.
I think Greenwood's come off as well.
So we've made 3 changes.
Yes.
So I'm
Oh,
just
no,
looking for
Greenwood's
the
still
third
in.
player off.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the third player off from us.
Oh, Krasnicki already went off. Is Tommaso still on the field? Yeah, he is.
Jim, can you run down and find out who the third player off, please? And then I'll get them all announced.
I can't see more.
Because
Oh,
I've missed one.
Yeah.
Cheers.
well, we can tell you the players that have come on. Ramos, Shocker and K-Born. We're just waiting to try and find out who the other 2 Gosport players were who've just come off. Too busy seeing the Walton changes. That's the issue when they make triple changes.
So,
All right.
should be in.
Oh, Williams, I think, is the other
Rory
player off.
Williams.
Yeah,
All right, well, he's coming back.
Williams, Wooden, and who was the other one? Fox.
Well, we think it's Rory.
It's Fox. Williams, Wooden and Fox came off.
Right, okay.
Wooden,
So
Williams and Fox came off.
we've got 3, 9 and 23 off.
And, well, you know he went on.
Yeah, so we've got 3, 9 and 23 off.
Yeah.
11, 14, 24 on. Okay, I think I can do it now.
Jeremy's just going to speak you through the 3 substitutions Gosport's made.
We're making a triple substitution. Coming on, number 11, Rafa Ramos, 14, Kaya Shaka, and 24, Trevor Caborn. Replacing number 3, Rory Williams. Number 9, Dan
Gunson with the
Number
ball left of the
23,
6-yard
Jack
box. And then
Walton
it was
making a double
Jones
change
just
as
knocking
well,
that out
coming on
for
as
a
well,
goal kick.
second half.
Walton goal kick, that is.
17, Diamond Edwards replacing number 3 Owen Bolger and number 7 Mason Owen. Thank God I
Well,
got all
you've
that.
just heard Jeremy name all the substitutions, starting with the Gosport ones. I mean,
It's literally
that
when
took
you're a
some
tenor
doing.
announcer and you're hit with 5 simultaneous substitutions.
Not
It
nice
takes,
at all.
it takes some doing, doesn't it? But we got there. I'd rather pause and get it right and then go again.
It was like that time when Gosport made the 5 changes at half time. I think that was Pat and Joe who did that.
Yes, I remember that one. Yeah, that threw me right out. Literally all 5 substitutions in one.
It could be worse. Could be trialist A, trialist B.
Oh,
Yes. You see, this is why we don't do pre-season friendlies up here anymore.
Oh, we
But
didn't do it in
anyway,
the season anyway.
with the substitutions survived, James, we carry on.
Well, looking at the 3 substitutions who have come on, Rafa, obviously a menace up front. Shaka going to add that midfield presence, and then also Caborn on the wing, so adds the pace as well.
Yeah,
You've got everything you need.
Well, Gosport have gambled now, haven't they? And they've really had to. And Walton obviously making changes of their own as well as they seek to sort of consolidate their lead and add to it if they can. Because there's no doubt in my mind a 3rd goal is a match winner. There's no way back for Gosport if they get another one. But at the moment, there's still hope. There's still 20 minutes left of this match. Walton's still leading by 2-0. But Gosport, if they can make use of these substitutions and they find a quick foothold, then who knows?
Charlie Phasma into Gunson. Gunson cushions it for Benny Reid. Back into Gunson, right at the penalty box. Running into trouble with the substitution. He looks to turn the number 12 there. Like the 12th victorious in that duel. Gunson also bringing down a Walton man.
He's in trouble with the
He's
ref.
going to receive a yellow.
Yeah.
Reckless there from the number 10.
It's a bit clumsy, wasn't it? And no need.
Just not really needed there from Gunson. Looking at some of the scores in the Southern League, there have been a few goals. Havant and Waterlooville, they have now taken the lead against Sholing. A 5-goal thriller there.
Yeah, I think the referee's about to indicate another water break here at the AI Stadium. So, James, a good chance for you to take the listeners through the latest scores from elsewhere.
Wimborne, they're still goalless against Weymouth. Taunton, 3-0 up, and they are playing against Tiverton. Plymouth Parkway at home to Poole, that is goalless. Hungerford, 1 apiece with the 8 Town. Hanwell Town, they lead Berkhamsted by 1-0. Obviously 2-0 here at the AI Stadium. Walton and Hersham leading. Gloucester, they're 1 apiece with Eversham. Eversham doing well. Farnham, they lead Dorchester by 2-1. And that game at Chertsey versus Uxbridge, despite the visitors being a player down, they are now a goal up. So they've done well to come back from that. And then in the final game, Bracknell, they lead Basingstoke by 2-1, which may be good for Gosport considering we play Basingstoke next week in the FA Cup.
Yeah, FA Cup day on Saturday. It's going to be a tricky one, of course, a Hampshire derby. And the return of Mr. Austin to the AI, because obviously he came here twice with Tottenham last season. A real coup for Basingstoke to land him, to be fair. And their supporters actually had a lot to do with it. Because Basingstoke are a fan-owned club.
Yeah.
So, in fairness to them, that's a setup that I've always been intrigued about. But it could be the way ahead at Gosport should Ian ever decide to step down. And it could be a way ahead now that we're getting the attendances that we're getting. Yeah, who knows? It could be a way ahead if, as and when.
Well, I spoke to Ian a bit on that note as well, and the pitch really will help with the club in the future.
Yes.
In terms of being self-sustaining.
Yes, because obviously you're now going to have the ability for teams to play on here 7 days a week, which means there's income for the club, and a lot of clubs in the southern and also across the country now are turning to that model.
Yeah.
Obviously, our opponents have a 4G of their own. So many 4Gs around. Bracknell have one, Basingstoke have one, Dorchester have one. I could go on, but you get the idea.
Well, it's good to see the club in this state. You would have seen them in terrible states in the past from where you were working with the club.
I think the game is back underway, incidentally, but we'll cut into it if anything happens. But I will say this in closing on this subject, that the quality of artificial pitches has come a very, very long way in a very short space of time.
Gosport on the attack, it's Caborn leading that line. He does well enough to win Gosport a free kick midway inside the Walton half, and I think a yellow card was just produced there to one of the Walton back line. That's more like it from Trevor Caborn and Gosport. Can Gosport capitalise as well from this free kick? It is midway inside the Walton half. Gosport have a lot of players currently crowding around it. Gunson, Charlie Vasman now walking away from it, and then Greenwood as well. I think Gunson probably will be the man taking this though. Just holds the ball, trying to get in that perfect place. Gunson steps up. He goes
Good
for a
effort.
shot.
On target.
Straight at goal.
Yeah, on
Just
target,
not
straight at the
enough power,
goalkeeper.
yeah.
Yeah, it was sort of swerved and bent around a little bit, but ultimately it was a fairly straightforward take for Barker there. But
At least a shot on goal.
well, Gosport have done all they can do now, James. They can they've made all the changes they can make. They've got sort of a quarter of an hour left to try and do something about this. But Walton haven't got the iron grip on the game that they did have in the first half, but they still crucially have that lead.
Ramos picking up a second ball, lays it into Taylor. Taylor outside the
Here we
D,
are.
back into Ramos. Ramos for on goal. He goes for a shot. It's another good stop from Barker in goal. Once again, Ramos not getting the power behind the shot. But I think that was down to excellent defending from the Swans.
That was Gosport's best chance of the whole game, without a doubt. He was clean through, 6 yards out, at a slight angle, but didn't quite get his finish right. But yeah, it just shows you that Gosport are now creating chances, which is something they failed to do for the whole of the first half. So this is an improvement. Now, Caborn, when he's on his game, can terrorise teams. So he now has to do that for the next quarter of an hour and hope that something profit comes of it, James. So you're tweeting, so I'll take the listeners through the next couple of minutes. So Gosport now have got their tails up, but Walton, don't forget, still have that crucial, all-important 2-0 lead here on the south coast in Hampshire. But a very warm day down here this afternoon. As I said earlier in the broadcast, the pitch side temperature at 2 o'clock was 27 degrees Celsius. So quite warm for the two teams down there on that pitch. And Gosport now in possession with Wasmer, who's now wearing the captain's armband, with Rory Williams having departed. The target of that pass was Caborn, but he hasn't quite profited from it, and it's back with Barker, the goalkeeper, who plays the ball out to the midfield. Now Gosport win it back. Here's Ramos, a little bit of deft footwork from the lanky forward. He's fouled, free kick to Gosport Borough. I think Ramos drew the foul there from Diamond Edwards. But Gosport now need to take the opportunity of the free kick, James. Back to you.
Well, a quarter of an hour for Gosport to find the two needed goals to get back onto level terms. Greenwood, he's going to have a free kick on this left-hand side. It's a good angle for Greenwood as he drills in the cross. It's going to fall to Vasmer inside the D. He's brought down. Fans are calling for a foul. Nothing's given. And Walton, they're going to look to counter. Instead, the referee actually gives Walton a free kick after Reed.
I think Reed's in a spot of bother here with this, to be honest.
Well, it was Reed there tripping Bolton to the floor. Probably needed to do it there to stop the Walton counter-attack. Looks like he's just going to get a yellow there.
Yeah, I'm just checking to see if he's already gone in the book, but I don't think he has.
I don't think Benny has.
No. But again, it's something he needs to be very, very aware of for the last quarter of an hour, or just, the last 13 minutes.
Yeah, so Benny Reed receiving his first yellow of the card. I think the only other player who's got yellow is Tommaso, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, and also Gunson's got one, of course.
Oh, yeah, Gunson. So Walton, they're going to be taking this free kick now. Looks like the free kick is going to be left for Barker. Still roughly midway inside the Walton half. And I know it sounds still optimistic, but still plenty of time for Gosport to find 2 goals.
Time's starting to sort of slip away from them there, James. They've got about 12 minutes plus stoppages left. They're still trailing by 2-0 here. It has been an improved second half display, but ultimately Walton still look comfortable, I'm afraid. As much as Gosport have picked it up the second half, they still look very, very comfy, Walton.
The offside flag just going up there, stopping the Walton attack. Gosport looking to really hurry up this.
I think if they are going to produce a comeback, it will be one of the best ones of recent years because we've seen one or two in the last couple of seasons.
Oh, a flick back might just be chased down by Ramos. Barker once again cool, composed, collecting the ball. And to be fair, Barker probably deserves a shout for man of the match. Had a good performance today. Both goalkeepers being very good.
Yeah, definitely. I think both have worked hard for their respective teams, and certainly I think Gosport would have been lost without Ryan Hall in the first half, to be honest. But looking at sort of Gosport's outfield, I think Greenwood's been outstanding.
Yeah.
One of the very, very few players that have been outstanding wearing yellow and blue today.
Morrison's done all right.
Morrison's had a steady game, but yeah, as on the Walton side, well, obviously you can't look past Rogalski, who's been dangerous, and also there's 3-4 players who had good games for them.
Taylor looking to get onto the end of
that
the
was
ball,
silly.
but
That
brings
was
down
silly.
the Walton
He's kicked
man.
the ball away.
He's going to receive a yellow for that.
Of course he is. Why do it?
I think he just saw red there.
We kicked the ball away.
Maybe a bit soft though for the Walton man to go down there, playing for the foul. And I think the Gosport fans very agitated with that.
But for me, he kicked the ball away. Clear cut yellow card. That's not, the referee didn't book him for the initial foul,
No.
did he? He gave the ball. He kicked the ball away in a fit of pique. So.
And the Walton man just doing his shoelace.
Slowly.
Very slowly, we must
Well,
add.
they don't need to rush, do they? 9 to play here. And Walton's still leading by 2-0.
It's going to be Barker taking his kick now. He's going to go long. Tommaso wins the header, but his header falls kindly to the Walton number 17. Powell on the ball. Shucker trying to chase down these loose balls, but unsuccessful in doing so. Now the Walton 17 coming down the right-hand channel. Plays a pass into Kurtaran. Kurtaran back heels it into Powell. Powell outside of the D.
I was going to say Greenwood needs to keep tabs on Podolski, and he has. Rogalski, and he has.
But the ball just filtering around that left-hand channel. Benny Reed chasing it down at the moment. The ball going all the way back into Haran, the last outfield player back for Walton. Bolger in this right-hand channel for the visitors. Powell linking up nicely with the 17. 17 chips it forward into Powell. Powell right of the 6-yard box. Attempts to deliver a pass, and once again, well read by Greenwood, who knocks it out for a corner ball.
Yeah, Gosport are much, much quicker to shut down the threats they see in the second half. But me thinks it's poor stable door bolted in some respects. But yeah, they at least they've learned from the first half. And they're not giving the visitors quite so much space to operate now. But this is going to be a crucial moment, though, corner from the right to the opposition.
The ball comes in. Punched away by Hall, only as far as Kurtaran. 20 yards out. Has to backpedal thanks to the pressure from Gunson. He passes back into the 17. Cuts inside of Shocker. Passes it into Bolton. Now Powell driving forward. He's got Joe Morris in his company. He lays it left. Powell back on the edge of the box.
Just to keep ball in it for Walton at the moment. They're just keeping ball, keeping possession, very relaxed in the way they're playing their football. And to be fair, why not?
17 wriggling away from Rafa Ramos there. Turns Gunson
football, to be fair.
And then goes for, I'm not sure if that was a pass or shot there.
I think
probably
he was
more of
for someone to make a run in from the left-hand side. But up until that point, that was lovely play.
Well, Ryan Hall there passing it short into Greenwood into Shocker. We've seen Shocker's pace at times. Maybe lucky there to just evade the number 17. "37 minutes played of the second half. Still Walton leading by those 2-0. One goal, though, could really change it for Gosport. Equally, one goal for Walton could really finish